What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Terrier Owner YouTube channel. We're happy to have you back. You missed last week's video. That video was our first video back here. Luna has a lot to say, apparently. Last week's video was one of our first videos back after a little bit of a summer vacation on the channel. We are back now, so we do want you to be aware of that. We also want you to hit that notification bell if you haven't, so you're notified, especially for all the previous subscribers who probably didn't realize there would be an abrupt break in the channel in that fashion. So we are back. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Hit the bell so you're re-notified again for all of you retuning into our videos. Never forget about terrierowner.com. Be sure to check that out. And today, guys, we're kind of following suit with what our video was kind of about last week. Last week we talked about the questions you need to ask before you adopt a Jack Russell. This week we're talking about if a Jack Russell Terrier is even a good dog for first-time dog owners. So we're gonna dive into that. We're starting right now. Okay, guys, so this one isn't one of those, numbered type videos where we go, number one is this or that. This one is just kind of a discussion about if this dog is a good fit for a new dog owner. And here is what me and Luna can tell you about that. First off, yes, it is definitely possible for this to be a dog for a first-time dog owner if you are prepared. So last week we talked about some of the simple things that you should do to prepare. Proofing the house, being ready to provide a lot of exercise, double checking things like if personalities are going to mesh with other pets around the house, with children depending on how old the children are, and for you to be mentally prepared. Are you ready to go through the commitment of raising this dog? As a first-time dog owner, you are losing a big advantage that people who've owned dogs have, and using a Jack Russell as your first is going to make it a lot more challenging. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you about that. So this dog will test your patience. They do take some time to train. They can be stubborn for sure, especially towards certain people in the house. Like Luna does not have the same attitude with my wife as she does with me. She's okay with my son. She apparently likes the male figures in the house better or has more respect for him, but things like that. As a first-time dog owner, you've already gone through things like potty training, so you know what succeeds and what fails with a dog. You've gone through, probably methods of getting them to stop barking, and this is a vocal dog. I'm kind of just naming tricks and things that you teach a dog as you own them, but the point is more simple than that. The point is that you have done things with a dog, if you've owned one before, that is going to help you dramatically. If we had to do a difficulty scale with this dog, a yellow lab might be a 6. Jack Russell, maybe an 8 or 9. Why are you staring at me like that? Relax. Not that big of a deal. I'm not telling them not to adopt you. I'm saying they can. Anyways, the point being that, being a first-time dog owner, if you've never owned a dog, you've just missed out on a few things like that. Just general knowledge that helps a lot with the process. It just helps you know how to do certain things. And the next thing I want to talk about is the potential of you feeling overwhelmed if this is your first dog. I will be the first to admit that I felt overwhelmed with this dog, and I've owned several dogs before her. So if it overwhelmed me, it could definitely overwhelm a first-time dog owner. And again, that doesn't mean don't do it. It just means you need to be more prepared before you go in and actually adopt this dog or before, your first day home with it. Preparation, I would say, can overturn my feelings of it not being a good idea. If you are well prepared enough, you've done your research and, you just really want to do this, I think that is good enough for this to be your first dog, but without it, I think you're gonna get yourself into something you're not quite ready for. Another thing with this dog for first-time dog owners that a lot of people neglect with any dog breed that is super important to understand is this dog, one of the biggest things with this dog, I'll break it into two. One is exercise. This can be two different dogs or two different personalities with this dog. One is with exercise, one is without it. I'm not saying that you have to physically provide the exercise. You can use something like an adequate sized yard as long as it's fenced in and it's safe. That can be good enough, or you can just go outside and throw a ball around with them. It doesn't have to be extravagant when it comes to exercise, but it does have to happen because without it, this dog is a maniac. They're gonna be doing zoomies around the house, not just once a day, but all day. They have to have a way to release that energy. So if this is going to be your first dog, I would prepare to make sure you find a way to give them an hour plus per day, minimum. If it's super hot outside or depending on the climate where you live, you might be able to shorten that up a little bit. Luna likes to just sit outside the house all the time. If the weather is right and she's got a water bowl out back, she would sit out there all day and be as happy as can be. That's fine if you can do that when we're talking about exercise. But if you can't, let's say that you want to adopt this dog and you live in an apartment, that's going to be a big problem. If you're not the kind of person that's going out rain or shine, cold or warm, form to make sure that they're getting in some kind of exercise, because it almost builds up as if you're building up exercise debt, so to speak. One day you might get away with it. If it's just frigid cold and you don't take them for exercise, okay, we're okay still. Even as a new dog owner with the dog, you're okay. Let's say you get to day 5 because it's 5 straight days of, you know, freezing rain or snow. Now the dog ain't doing so good mentally. They have to be able to burn off some of that energy. And as a first-time dog owner, that should really be happening with any kind of dog, but with this dog in particular, if you don't do it, you're gonna be in some trouble or you're gonna be severely annoyed. One of the two. When they're a puppy, you're probably looking at them destroying some shoes or chewing up some trim around the house. When they get older, I don't really know what you would do because you get a lot of time outside. I don't want to really know what she would do. She's kind of got a little vindictive attitude whenever she doesn't get her way. But take it from somebody who's been there, going into, I mean, we'll be going into our 4th year with her. She'll be turning 3, so that'd be the 4th year. Yeah. You want to provide that if this is your first dog, or even if it's not, you have to. It's huge. Assuming that you're going to do all those things I just said, yes, a Jack Russell can be a great dog for a first-time dog owner. It's going to be the dog that makes you a dog owner probably for life. You know, you're going to get all of the knowledge you need to get owning this dog. The same you would get with other dogs, but this one's going to put you at a higher class of abilities with, you know, upbringing a dog in a safe environment. If any of those things even sounded remotely like you don't want to do it, I would say it's a bad idea, or this isn't the dog for a first-time dog owner. Try something that's a little bit easier to train, or a more common dog that doesn't have the exercise needs, that, you know, doesn't need all of the attention, that doesn't follow you around everywhere if you're not that kind of person, or if you have a busy work schedule that they just don't need as much from you. Graham just kind of, you know, lounges around. He's a yellow lab for anybody that's new to the video, but he has a lot less, like, even if I wasn't making this video to give you an example, she would be wanting to be right here. It's nonstop. It hasn't stopped for 3 years, and I don't know if it ever will. This is what she does. If she's not outside or burning off energy, she wants to be right here. She's the baby. She gets the attention. It's just how it goes with her. Like I said at the beginning of the video, guys, this was never meant to deter you. If you have your heart set on adopting one, go do it. You know, you're in for a heck of a ride with this dog. It's a lot of fun. It's extremely rewarding. They're awesome dogs. You just gotta have some patience with them, and you'll be in good shape. I mean, yeah, you're a cute puppy dog. You're a good puppy. Again, guys, apologies for the break. I said this on the last video. I'll say it again just in case anybody else missed it. The son was, you know, starting his first big boy school. We wanted the summer off. I know that probably, you know, put a wrinkle in some of you that religiously watched every single video that we made. We apologize for that, but sometimes you need a break, and, you know, we weren't scared to take it. Probably should have gave a little more notice than we did, but hey, look, we're back. If you come back to watch every video, we are thrilled with that, and if you don't, hopefully you'll come back eventually. So hit that notification bell if you haven't. Subscribe to the channel, and start checking out the blog at terrierowner.com. Head on over there, read some of our more recent posts. We have posts that go with both of the videos we've made in the last 2 weeks, this one in particular. So if you'd rather read about it, make your decision based on that, more power to you. We appreciate you. Luna always appreciates you guys too. Give them a little wave, Luna. Now she wants down to go play. But we'll catch you in the next video, guys. We'll see you next week. We appreciate all of you coming back to check out the videos. We'll talk soon. Take care.